Hello all, this is my first YouTube video and I'm so excited to be joining this here YouTube land. So thank you for watching. Now I wanted to talk about something that a lot of my friends have been emailing me about, which is going through heartbreak, how to get over being dumped, how to get over, just the whole breaking up process. And as morbid of a topic as it is, I really hope that I can shed some light on some of my personal tips and tricks and how to fasten up the process, because sometimes, you can find yourself lingering on and on and on and on and feeling, more despair as time goes on instead of healing. And they do say, time heals everything. But there are a few tips and tricks that you can use to get over that other person faster. Now, number one thing that I do when going through a breakup, I never, ever call them or text them or make contact with them. Why? Because I feel like if I keep doing that, it just keeps bringing back the memory of what was. And the more you hear their voice, the more you see them, the more you're like, well, it would be just so easy to go back into a relationship with them, and you keep lingering on and reminiscing on what was. And this isn't healthy for you, because you're trying to get over this. You don't want to be stuck in limbo land where you can't be with that person, but you want to be with that person. So what you got to do is you've got to find that inner strength, and it does take a bit of strength. If you've been with that person for a long time, or if you felt such a deep connection with them, it's going to take a lot of inner strength for you to just be like, okay, woosah, got to do it. So that's my number one trick, is to not make any contact with them, or not make any kind of effort to call them, message them, email them, anything like that. Number two, which goes hand in hand with number one, do not, and I say do not, answer their phone calls. That has a lot of potential to go into the wrong zones, and by that I mean, if you keep answering their phone calls, same thing will happen. You'll be like, well, maybe they're still interested in me, if you're still lingering on that. Or you could be like, oh, I really still like the conversations that we have, and that just digs up, shovel digs up the memories, and we're trying to lay them to rest right now. So what you're going to do is not answer the phone calls, not answer the emails, because more than likely, if they've dumped you, as harsh as this is going to sound, you are a mere convenience to them, and they're just trying to hold on to you or keep you on reserve until they find someone better. And I'm sorry that's harsh, because I'm talking to people who've been broken up with or have done the breaking up, and you go through that process. You are special, and somebody will appreciate you for who you are, and all that good stuff will come to you. But yeah, they're just trying to keep you as a sideliner. And that's another video I'm going to make, how to know if you're a sideliner. So that's for another time though. We're focusing on this topic. So number one, don't make any contact, don't call them, don't message them. Number two, don't answer any of their calls, because once again, you're just bringing up and dragging in old stuff that you want to be in the present, and that's not. Now, number three, if you're a lady, and even if you're a guy, this is what I do. I make sure that I socialize with my friends. It is so important to get out and about. It is so important to be active, because as long as you're stagnant and you're sitting there and being inactive, it lets your mind think about all the things that your heart doesn't need to feel. So, get a hobby. That book that you were reading or writing before you met, Mr. Right or Mrs. Right, and everything went wrong. Continue doing that. Find a passion. But most importantly, you've just got to keep yourself active. And friends are such a great way to deaden the feeling of a breakup. Because they they may get mad at you because sometimes when you're in a relationship, you tend to put your partner before your friends and you don't socialize with them as much and they get a bit angry. But a true friend will always come to the party in the end. They might give you a bit of flack, deservedly so, but they will come to the party in the end. So getting out with your friends is so important. Now, the thing I do is I get that pedicure, I get that manicure, you know, I get my hair did. You know, it's looking like a train wreck right now. It's 3 a.m, but you know, I get my hair done and I really take care of myself. And I take care of myself in a relationship too. But you know, I really take care of myself afterwards as well. It's so important to do things that make you feel good and things like that. I mean, you may not be into pedicures or manicures or getting your hair done, but just taking care of yourself on the outside makes you feel good on the inside. And eating good foods has always helped my emotional level. Now, once going through a breakup, you know, comfort foods seem to be easy, you know, just eating all chocolate and chocolate. But eating chocolate, you know, eating, you know, all the foods that give you a high for a moment and then drag you all the way down. Stay away from them if you can. Try and eat food that's re-energizing, like, you know, health foods like salads, and you know, you can spice up salads, and I'll do a recipe one of these days for you guys where it's yum salad. You know, fruits, veggies, things like that, because it's known and it's scientifically proven to up your, I don't know what it's called, but it ups your energy levels and it makes you feel better about things. So yeah, good eating and, you know, exercise. Exercise is such a good thing for you as well. Now, I tend to dance because I was a dance teacher. So dancing is my passion, but it's a great exercise as well. So that's what I do to weary my woes out of my way. That's what I say. You know, so there's exercise, there's eating healthy, and just looking after yourself. But most of all, you really, if you feel like crying, cry. Don't cry to that person though. The person that you broke up with. Cry to your friends, cry to your family, cry to your dog, cry to your cat. Hell, cry to anything. Just don't cry to that person because you don't want them to see that. You just want to cry because you need a release. So don't keep it bottled up inside. I kept it bottled up inside once and it didn't do me any favors. So, as I said, you know, my tips and tricks are don't make contact, don't be contactable. You know, go out, you know, with your friends, socialize, have a good time. You know, go and get your manicures, your pedicures, and if you're a guy, go get your hair cut, you know. I don't know, buy a new outfit, make sure that you look at fly, you know, for the ladies or mainly for yourself. But you've got to take time out for yourself after a breakup. You can't just go willy-nilly onto the next person because you haven't fully recovered. So it's all about finding who you are again, because when you get into a relationship, obviously you mold lives together, or you build something together and you merge. So you're not an individual anymore, but you're a partnership. You're still an individual as far as who you are, but you're molding together, you know, building something new. So once that's all broken apart, you've got to re-find yourself. So my idea of getting over a breakup is pretty simple. Just look after yourself. And I would want you to look after yourself. So you just got to look after yourself. You know, if you need anybody to talk to, I am here. Feel free to email me and we can discuss it. But until then, I hope you have a wonderful evening, morning, day, wherever you are. And I'm just so grateful that you've been watching. Thank you. Bye. I hope I've been helpful too.